Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school.
Over a year ago, I started on a journey to make a custom computer desk, but things got in the way. Some of the components I purchased way back in December of 2014, but I did get almost everything on sale. First, I had to cut out a hole for the actual computer to go in, and then I did a little bit of an inlay with the router bit, and of course, then I had to get rid of the corners, so I just had to chisel those out. Well, I found this old glass tabletop in someone's garbage. It's about 10 millimeters thick. Went to a local glass company, got it cut for about $25 with the edges polished. A little bit scratched up, but perfect fit. I just wanted a simple finish, so I used a clear water-based finish. Cut the holes out for the front panel and fan controller. You can see the fan controller is just a nice tight fit once I can get all those cables through. I got the switch from eBay for about $1.90 Canadian, and I just had to get this to fit into the front panel area, so I used a step drill bit to get it through. It lights up red. It lights up blue. I tried to get a red one to match kind of the overall scheme, but in the end the blue one actually does match the fan controller in the front, so it looks fine. A lot of soldering to do next coming up, and I know people when they see this they're going to say, why don't you just wire stripper? But I don't have a wire stripper, and this works fine for me. I haven't cut any wires yet. As long as you use gentle pressure, it comes off really great. A lot of soldering because first you got to solder the momentary switch, and then also you got to solder the LED leads. I've also painted the front of the front panel flat black, secured it in there with some hot glue. That was fine. That looks pretty good. And squeezing it in there. And you can see the blue matches really well. Now I added some red LED light strips for the inside of the case and for outside the desk. Just wanted to do a few accents and some cover up of the wires, so I did a paper template of what I wanted to put in there, and I used some metal pieces from an old computer side panel, cut it up a bit and make sure it fits, painted it glossy red, and then installed it. By the way, these are little pieces of wood from an old dresser. And here I put the temperature gauge in there in the little slot there, and the temperature probe at the bottom just hot glued in place. I had a lot of unsightly wires that went from the front panel, so I found this braided sleeve that would fit over it and make it look like custom sleeving. All you have to do is put some zip ties on the end so it fits snugly and wouldn't move. Get the hardware to attach the desk to the computer and jack it up into place. Slide the glass into place and then get everything loaded up and test everything out. Now the computer desk wasn't the only thing I was getting ready. I was also cleaning up this room, getting it painted, getting it all set up. It took forever. The moment I was waiting for, the assembly of the desk in the room that I had designed. It was finally coming true. I had to take everything apart though and put it back together. Wanted a dual monitor setup. I already had a 22-inch monitor and I wanted to get something similar. So on Kijiji I went shopping, found this 21-inch monitor which worked great. I got this Vivo dual monitor stand for about $50, which was great from Amazon, the cheapest thing I could find. Great cable management clips that existed on that thing. The instructions weren't that great, but setup was easy. This is by no means a gaming computer. I could put in an A10, I can put in any kind of graphics card in there, make it a gaming computer. I'm not a huge gamer, so this is really going to be used a lot for video editing, multitasking, anything I can do for work. The things that I do like about it, I think, are the color scheme, how it works, how it's set up. The fans, they're kind of in a positive pressure system, and they work great. I just turn up the fans if I'm playing a game. I have tried Battlefield 4 on this, and it works really poorly, and I can only play it on low settings. But in the future, if I want to update it, I will. I love building things, and I like making my own custom setup, and I've learned a lot of things from the experience. Namely, probably I'm not going to do this again for a long time. This is a little sample of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Phantoms playing. I play it on low settings. It does a fairly good job. I do a fairly poor job of playing it, and I'm using my Xbox 360 controller instead of the mouse and keyboard. I'm still not used to the mouse and keyboard system. I know that's a little bit better for PC gaming, but I'm not so good, so I'll give it a try in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's been lots of fun. It's been a long time, but I feel like it's been worth it.